I'm Ember. Thank you so much for being here. So today I'm here with another pick a card, and it's what's coming in for you. It's closer than you think. We have 3 piles. The first pile is Azure Vault, the Blue Temple. The second pile is the New Pearl, and the third pile is the Androgyny. So the links to the piles will be in the description box below. Take your time. I will give you a few seconds, and then we will get started. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So we are doing a reading about what's coming in for you. It's closer than you think. And you picked Pile 1. So we have the Azure Vault, the Blue Temple. We also have House 2, Physical Security, Possessions, Material Values, and Self-Worth. House 5, Passion, Play, Children, Confidence, and Creativity. Uranus, Abundance. 21, Homeward Traveler. Completion, Reunion, Return. 24, Light Dancer. Illumination, The Radiant Self, Shining Soul. And 28, Movement. Okay, so your reading, I swear, I had so many obstacles in my way to do your reading. It was actually kind of insane. And I had to, there's too much light in here, so I had to cover that up. There were so many physical obstacles. I had to get on a ladder and put a cover for the window because it was so bright. And then when I was literally doing your reading, it fell right when I was talking about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? So what that signifies to me is that you may be experiencing a lot of obstacles in some way, or just experiencing physical, I'm just seeing physical stuff in your way. And you may have had to do a lot of work on removing obstacles. And some of it could be physically I don't know why it's coming through that way, but they're saying physically, you might have had to remove some obstacles in your way. I'm also hearing emotionally too, so it doesn't have to be physical. I also was getting a high sense of this feeling of just being really hard on yourself. And I was asking spirit, because it was high levels of anxiety, perfectionism, and being very hard on yourself. And spirit wanted me to ask, how does it keep you safe? How does being hard on yourself keep you safe? And then I got, you can't make a mistake, so you can't get hurt. And then you'll be loved. So that was kind of because I was being so hard on myself, and I'm why am I being so hard on myself this? And I have that tendency too, so if this does not resonate with you, please don't take it. But spirit really wanted to say, stop being so hard on yourself if you are being hard on yourself. Okay, Pile 1, what's incoming for you is just know that first of all. I also got for some of you that you may be dating. I kept seeing concerts, baseball. I was seeing performances. Some of you could be performing. I don't know, that was coming through. And health stuff. Some of you may have been going through health stuff, specifically an injury or a disease of some type. And I'm seeing that that's clearing out for you. So spirit wants me to talk about when we have a physical manifestation in the body, it usually comes from energy that gets stuck in the body in some way, and then it manifests physically. A lot of the times we'll have things happen to us physically that are because of an emotional or psychological what word am I looking for? Psychological, I don't even know. I feel like you get what I'm saying. It's manifestation, physical manifestation of it. So if you're having a trauma, creates, why am I having such a hard time explaining this? Trauma can create disease in the body, dis-ease, right? So I feel if you've been dealing with a injury, high levels of anxiety, perfectionism, being hard on yourself, as well as just any kind of difficulty, I kept seeing you kept working so hard. Whatever cycle you've been in, spirit wants me to tell you. They see how hard you're working. I see how hard you're working. Oh my God, I finally feel like I'm getting it. I feel like I've been trying to figure your reading out, and I really wanted to do a good job, okay? And I feel like you really want to do a good job too in whatever you're doing, but it might be going so to the extreme that you're being too difficult, because I was I can't even start because I'm just so, in my own head about it. And again, that might be mine, so please don't take it if it doesn't resonate. But I do think that spirit wants me to say it because there's a reason. And okay, so the abundance card fell out twice for you. It first fell out in the pile, and then it refell out again. So that's, I feel like double abundance. And I also saw on this card, so there's this guy right here, and he has like he's like above a grate in the ground, like, you know, where it rains, and he like dropped something in there, and there's a bottle of alcohol too. Like he accidentally dropped a coin in there, and then this kid is like fishing it out of there and getting it. And so it's, I don't know why, there's something about one man's trash is another man's treasure coming through. And also, you could be getting some of you could be getting an inheritance. That's not for all of you. I mean, that's very specific. But Spirit is saying that there is abundance coming in for you, and wanted to make sure there was a double emphasis on what that was. And specifically for some of you, it's financial abundance that I'm seeing. And I do want to say it's because you've been working really hard. And I wanted to point to this card. So, okay, so you see how there's like these balls of light on this? And this is talking about that cycle you're completing. Like you're completing a cycle right now, and you've been going really hard for a long time. It specifically says that in the book. Then you see this, like how this is like illumination, like your spirit coming alive, the radiant self, you're shining, you're shining, really. And so whatever you've been through in this last cycle, see how there's these balls of light, and then there's like all these balls of light in here too. And it's like with their soul, the person's soul, and the light, it's your light body, right? And so what I'm gaining from that, what I found is that I think that you've been gaining a lot of clarity, understanding. I think it's hard won though. Like I do want to say, I think that whatever clarity you have gained about what you've been through has been very hard won and difficult to come by. So whatever your house 2 is in and your house 5 is in, that's going through a transformation. And I also pulled another card, and there's passion twice. So there's confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery for fire. You have this card too. I don't have enough room. And then we have passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. So I see what's incoming for you is inspiration. So fire energy. When we think of fire energy, we think, it's Leo, Aries, and Sag. And this is incoming. I think that because you've been doing so much work and trying to, I see you trying to be expansive and creative, and I just see bigger. Like I feel like you're growing a lot. Like I'm seeing like coming from like a seed to like a huge plant. And I think maybe you could possibly, for some of you, could have felt stuck for some time, but movement is what's incoming for you. You're going to be able to move forward finally. I just feel like I feel like you had all of these blocks in front of you, and you've had to like literally like, oh my gosh, you've had to like toil, and like I'm seeing you like take like a shovel and like, I don't know, like I'm seeing like you at the wall where the blocks are, and then like basically like chipping away at these walls and these blocks that you have, and having to do so much work to do so. It's honestly admirable. Spirit is saying it's admirable. I specifically heard that. You also are healing some type of pain you have. I love that there's like a fox and a raccoon. It's really cute, huh? You're healing some type of pain that you've had I'm hearing long-standing pain, long outstanding pain. And you're discovering, some of you could be discovering, deeper spirituality. Claire cognizance was coming through, and all of the clairs were coming through specifically. You have so much blue. So I have to say that any kind of, if you're speaking in any way, that's becoming expanded. Like your throat chakra is expanding. So that is listening and speaking. But I specifically feel like some of you are performing or doing some type of thing on a public stage or a public arena or something to do with public speaking. And Spirit is saying you're going to get recognized for that. Even if you feel like nothing's happening yet, that's what's incoming for you. Like I'm seeing 6 of Wands. So that to me is like public recognition. There's public recognition and spirit recognition for the stuff you've been through. I think I feel like it's been so hard won. Now, I also feel like you could have a connection to Pile 2, because on Pile 2's card, okay, so you see how there's little balls, and they kind of look like pearls to me. And see how there's a pearl in Pile 2. So if you do feel called to Pile 2, please go watch it, because I do think that there could be some messages in there for you. But I just feel like you're going through so much. I don't know why. I just felt like my brain and all my own parts were reacting, I felt like. And I'm like, why am I having, like, there's so much in my head. There's so much static on the line. So you could be feeling, or because of the cycle you've been in, you could have felt like not able to hear properly. I'm seeing, what am I seeing? I'm seeing like a What are you trying to show me? I'm seeing an audio of something. It's like, you know when an audio line, okay, it's like, I'm seeing like a heartbeat, but an audio line. So you know how like sound makes noise? I mean, it makes noise, makes a little like, you know what I mean? Like when you see it on like my computer, my volume thing's like going like this right now when I'm seeing it. But there's a sound, what am I saying? There's a sound you're evening out. That's what Spirit's telling me, the sound you're evening out. Why? Okay, so there's something to do with vibration and frequency coming through. And Spirit is saying that you've raised your vibration to a point that you're evening the line out. You're evening your frequency out is what I'm seeing Spirit tell me. That's really interesting. I've never ever heard that in my life or even thought of that. You also got the Mars Aries card. And I know I said this in my last few, but my nose is super itchy all of a sudden. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Sometimes my nose really itches when I'm channeling. You may feel like you need to over-explain everything, and you don't have to do that. Spirit's saying you don't have to do that. Okay, so we have Mars, which is Aries energy. I did say this again. So there are 7 planets in Aries right now. It's unprecedented. We've never had that happen. And I do want to say, because we have Mars here. So Mars is a tower. And the tower is about things that crumble, that aren't meant to stand with you. Because they're not aligning with you anymore. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So you've been you've been evening out your, my nose is itching again. You've been like really bad. Like, oh my gosh. You've been evening out your sound frequency. Your sound frequency? What is up with that? You've been evening out your frequency, okay? You've been evening out your frequency. Where was I going? I completely lost my train of thought. You've been eating, okay, that's what I'm saying. You've been evening out your frequency. Because you've been evening out your frequency, the tower is like the things that are not aligned with you anymore because your frequency is evening out, that they're falling away. So you may be experiencing quite a lot of destruction, but it's not. So Mars and Venus do the same thing. They bring harmony. And even though they do it different ways, Venus is like a really lovely way it brings harmony, and Mars is in the way that's like, you know, the god of war, you know. It's a very kind of shocking, intense way of bringing harmony. And so what I'm getting, like, it may be very difficult. I'm sorry, I have to fix this. It may be very difficult to, hold on one second. It may be very difficult to go through right now because things may be crumbling. I mean, I'm talking about some relationships may be falling away. I was seeing some people might be moving. Some of you might be moving. That and then of course, like, if you think about it, it's so interesting the way I'm seeing it. So when we leave a place and move to another place, that is like a tower, because we're changing from one form to another, and we're letting one perception of the place that you were in fall away. Wow, I can't believe how I'm getting it. And you're stepping into a new home, right? Like a new place to live. So like I'm getting that feeling, like what's coming in for you is a deconstructing of the false foundations and a reconstructing in a way that is bringing you home and closer to yourself. I want to say to Pile 1, whoever I'm channeling right now is extremely spiritual, because I'm getting it differently than I normally get it. Like the way I normally channel, I'm feeling it differently. I'm getting more intricate there's like a more intricate understanding. It's like a different way of channeling. So I do want to say, some of you, what's incoming is that your spiritual gifts are going to change and or evolve. And I'm seeing the Magician on the bottom of the deck. So that's your manifestations changing too. Again, you've changed your frequency. I want to keep saying it. You've aligned your frequency to a higher frequency. And so because of that, things may be falling away, or you may be even deconstructing it yourself, and you're rebuilding into a new place. And I'm seeing dating coming through again. Some of you may be deciding to date or go on dates. And then I'm also, again, seeing performing. Some of you may be performing or going for a purpose in performing in some way. And I don't mean like performing, right? It could be. I just mean like you could be doing speaking, you could be doing a podcast, you could be doing, you know what I mean? You could be writing, right? Anything that has to do with expression, because we have blue, and blue has just been standing out for you the entire reading. And it's and an expansiveness that comes with the color blue, because blue can be melancholy. Blue can be like I was reading the book that said Halls of Heaven, right? It can be really beautiful, or it can be and now that that's coming through, you may be experiencing grief or closing out a cycle of grief and sadness, specifically grief and sadness. And I am seeing anxiety too, but grief and sadness because of blue. And because you're healing that grief, you're able to, I'm hearing, use your voice more. But you're healing, you're healing your relationship to speaking, to expressing yourself, to others hearing you. And I did say, what did I write down? I was talking about, there was a lot of stillness that I was feeling. You may be going into a recovery period. Oh, and there was grandfather energy coming through. And Spirit wanted me to say there may be messages from beyond to pay attention to the signs. And I was specifically seeing bees and flowers and like the physical world, like people like I'm seeing I'm hearing serendipitous occasions, random meetings from people. This is okay. So Uranus specifically is a planet that brings in sudden strikes of genius, inspiration, crazy meetings that you meet like your soulmate, like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of Uranus energy. It doesn't stick very long, but it is brilliant and beautiful and inspiring when it comes in. It's Aquarius energy, and Aquarius was also coming through for you. So I want to say that much. Okay, let me see what else. Let me see what else is coming in for you. This is really big, pal one. And I there is an emphasis. Spirit wants me to again emphasize your spiritual gifts and that they are evolving. And I'm seeing it like you may experience this very suddenly. Your spiritual gifts coming in very suddenly. Like it's going to be like one day to the next. It's going to be like a complete expansion. That's what I'm seeing. Spirit telling me at least. And again, I'm getting pulled back to closing out the cycle, the light that you've gained because you've worked through the pain. I rhymed. Is you're bringing what you've learned, and what you've learned, specifically what you've learned in this last cycle, is helping you bring in abundance, and it's helping you gain access to higher realms, higher possibilities, a more internal focused view, and possibilities. Like it's just like really, like I love this because it's like so many possibilities, and the energy is very inspiring. And I think that you're gonna get, I was talking about fire energy, you're gonna get a lot of inspiration, and I think a lot of the inspiration you're pulling from is what you've just been through, and some of you could be really helping somebody else. Specifically, I'm hearing with what you've learned. You could be actually even using it as a way to advance in a profession of yours, like something that whatever you've just been through. And I don't feel like it was easy. Like I feel like the period that you've been through, you could have felt like you were running on fumes and exhausted and just like fighting so hard, because I kept getting war, and like I kept seeing like images of like you with like a sword and like just going so hard and fighting really hard for yourself and your people, right? Like it's kind of like that. It's just a metaphor, right? But it's giving warrior energy is what I'm saying. Okay, pile ones. Wow, that came out really quick. So we have you moving, Six of Swords, you moving on to calmer waters. And there's Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands and the Moon. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, can I see what this Page of Wands is? Page of Wands. I just want to see what the Page of Wands is really quick. Page of Wands, Spirit Guides, Page of Wands. Pile one. Also, there's a honing in and a focusing on yourself. Wow, Ace of Swords. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Whoa. Wow. I knew they were different. I'm getting such distinct energies from each of these cards. Okay. Oh, I haven't shown you. Okay, wait. I gotta move it over. I forgot. I have like me in the way. Okay. I'm sorry. The cards are just gonna get messed up. Okay, so I pulled Ace of Swords for Page of Wands. Okay. And then I pulled for Page of Pentacles. I'm sorry. This is just gonna get all messed up. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Moon. I'm just gonna move these guys because you know what? We're gonna take them out because they're just in the way right now. All right, because I really feel like I want to I don't know why I really want to get everything out. I want it to look perfect. But I don't want it to look perfect for just no reason. I want you to see what I'm seeing is what I'm saying. Okay, so Page of Wands, okay, with the Ace of Swords. There's some major truth about a path you want to take, you want to take a leap of faith. Can I get a little bit more about this Ace of Swords? Because I know what the Page of Pentacles is. What's the Ace of Swords about? What's this truth you're coming to? There's some major truth about inspiration. Something to do... Okay, can you see what is up with this Queen of Swords? What's up with this? Relationship? Hermit. Okay, so Page of Wands, I know you can't see them. Okay, Page of Wands is you having a very deep truth about protecting yourself and how you want to build a new foundation of being on your own. And like, okay, so Four of Wands is relationship energy, but I'm seeing it next to the Hermit and the Queen of Swords. And to me, that's you protecting hearth and home is what I'm hearing Spirit say. But there's like an inspiration behind protecting yourself and leading with your truth and being, what's it called? Being the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is logical, who is decisive, who's discerning, like can discern anything, like anyone's doing, manipulations, anything. We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. You've done a lot of inner work around creating boundaries, specifically boundaries, but I'm also seeing it's not just boundaries. It's discerning the truth from what's not the truth. And there's something about it that really sparks within you in a really beautiful way. Page of Wands is like you want to take your fire and give a small amount of your fire to whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. And it has to do with your protection, with discerning what's the truth about what you want for the future, about what type of relationships you want, what type of home structures that you want, what things you want to create with other people. You've had to move to a calmer waters because you've also had another opportunity, and that opportunity has been with something that has been a betrayal of some type and something that's really just like done. Like whatever this Page of Pentacles is, whether it be another person bringing you something, whether it be an opportunity that you can go after, there's something. Okay, I want to see what is this Death and the Ten of Swords. I mean, it could be a breakup. It could be what could it be? Could be a breakup, could be a betrayal, something that's transforming and ending. What is this Death and Ten of Swords? Two of Wands. Okay. Can I get one more? I feel like I need one more. Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah. You've had to really protect yourself because of something that you've just been through that was really painful. I feel like whatever you just went through. So we have Scorpio energy, we have Virgo energy, and we have the moon, which is Pisces. So something happened to you. Okay. This is what I'm going to say. Something happened to you. I feel like it's something that happened to you recently. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but it caused you to go through a transformation, which caused you to be more protective of yourself and able to see through illusions. Specifically, I'm seeing that very strongly, able to see through illusions of what other people are doing. It's like your relationship to discernment has changed. Now we have the moon. What's the moon? I want to see what's under the moon. What's under the moon? Knight of Swords, incoming. Okay, so I'm seeing like what you don't see coming, because the moon is like what we don't see coming. There's an incoming cycle that's ending, and I don't even know if you realize. I don't want to burn myself. I have a candle. I don't even know if you realize how quickly this cycle is. Okay, so wait, I'm gonna see this really quick. So you are transitioning out of a cycle really quickly, and you're entering another cycle really quickly. That's what I'm seeing, and it's not. It's hidden for some reason. Why would that be hidden? What is going on with this world and Knight of Swords? I feel like you're on fire, pile one, for real. King of Pentacles, okay. Something to do with your stability. You could, okay, so I'm seeing, so you could be, do I need to pull another one, Spirit Guide? Yes or no? So you could be, okay, so what's incoming for you is your stability. You are prioritizing so King of Pentacles is somebody who is nurturing, stable, consistent, hard worker, and shows up in the real world and gives to the things that he is excited about, but also wants to create safety and stability in. And I'm hearing legacy too. You are closing a cycle. It's weird because I feel like you're, okay, how do you want me to say this? Your relationship to stability and what you want to invest in is changing. It's going through a cycle ending and a cycle beginning. You are closing out a cycle of lack and you are opening up a cycle where, and you have every ability to do this. I think it's a lot. This is a lot. I'm seeing two separate situations for some reason. But what I overall feel is that you just really want to be at peace. Like, I feel like you've been through a washer. Like, I feel like you've been in a washing machine and you've been like tumbled around. Like, that's what I'm seeing. And I'm like, you're like, I'm so dizzy. Like, I just want it to stop. Like, please stop the washing machine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a lot. And, yeah, it's really big though. Like, it's huge. This is huge. I do want to get some more before I end, because I feel like for some reason I got this feeling of closure. You are closing. Is this the ones you want for advice? No, these ones or these ones? These ones. Okay. Oh, I want to get advice with the tarot cards. Hold on. Okay, what's the advice for them for what's coming in next? So what's coming in next is you moving to calmer waters. You're entering a cycle and closing a cycle quicker than you think. You're stepping into more lucrative situations where you can use your gifts and your abilities and create an environment that feels safe and nurturing for you and able to create abundance. And what's coming in for you is some of you are dating, some of you are really focusing on your career, because I am seeing a lot of career and protecting yourself and creating a stable home for yourself. Some of you could also be working with, I'm hearing children, but your inner child, but also just children too. I'm seeing children here. Okay. What's the advice? Let me see what the advice is with the tarot cards. What's the advice for what's coming in for them? I told you. I'm like, public recognition is coming in. I'm telling you. We have 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands is a win. Public recognition. I'm hearing fame. Some of you seriously have incoming, like are working on something where you're going to be seen by a lot of people. And Spirit is saying that that's going to take off, and to just trust in the process. Even if the beginning is slow, you do not give up. Do not give up. If it's something that you love and you feel called to it and your heart is calling you to it, do not give up on it. I'm seeing the Fool and 9 of Swords. So you may have anxiety about stepping into a new beginning. I'm seeing the Emperor too. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, so you are going into a new beginning, even though you're really afraid of doing it. You have possibly, a lot of you are doing something where you're going to be publicly recognized. Like, that is coming through so strongly. And I was seeing it before I even saw the card. And you're stepping into your power, specifically the way that you create abundance, your relationship to abundance, and your relationship to protecting yourself. You're not giving in, and you're not letting just anybody come into your circle. You are very protective of yourself. And I think it's because you've been through a very difficult situation and you're learning about how to move through this. Wow, I'm really going over time. Okay, I want to get advice. Sorry, I feel like it was so important for me to talk about it. Mindful group think. Okay. I just see this as like a lot of abundance coming in. Like, this is what I was kind of seeing in a lot of the visions that I was seeing. Like, this is what it looked like. It was flowers bursting. It was a heart beating. It was like just a lot of bigger and like everything's blooming. Springtime. That's what I'm trying to say. What was that? Also, there's something else. Group think. Some of you could be working with groups or a community of some sort, and that's incoming for some of you too. Okay, one more. Reconciliation. Some of you could be experiencing a reconciliation with somebody. We have wailing tree with reconciliation. So some of you may be reconciling with a person. Specifically, I'm hearing one person. We have, possibility for union, Skybridge. Spirit really wants me to tell you that a possibility of a union, like if you have somebody that you've really wanted to be with, that you feel like you've had a block with, or that hasn't come around, or isn't like reuniting with you in some way, or maybe you guys just aren't talking, right? Things are changing with that relationship, and specifically it's a relationship that you will want to reunite with. It's not somebody that you don't want to reunite with. And we have Whale Song resonating. Look at the blue and the orange. It's so beautiful. Pal 1, you have so much good stuff coming in. Please do not give up. You're gonna be, I feel like you're gonna be a star. Spirit keeps telling me you're gonna be a star, so to keep telling you that, you are doing so good, Pile 1. I just am really proud of you. So thank you guys for being here. I think that's all I have for you, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So today we are doing a pick a card on what's coming in for you. It's closer than you think. And you picked the new pearl. We also have Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. We have the moon, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. 28, mountain goddess, high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. Eyes of the eagle, rising above the fray. Acceptance, facade. And 25, open like the lotus, flowering spirit, revelation, and maturity. Okay, so pile 2. This is huge. I do want to talk about the pearl. The pearl, and I've talked about this many times, but I'm going to talk about it again. The pearl is something that happens over time. It's like a friction. It like, over and over and over by being moved so much and coming up against so much resistance. It creates this beautiful pearl. And that to me just says so much about you and how hard and how far you've come. You have worked really hard, and I don't necessarily know if all of you have seen the abundance that's coming in for you. What I think the most important thing that's coming in for you is this feeling of self-confidence. Leo is the sun. It's being seen. It's feeling heart-led. It's standing in your power. It's being confident. It's being brave. It's going after the things that you want. And we have the moon, which is also, in a way, the moon is our subconscious, but I love it. It says, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. What's incoming for you is that you're nurturing yourself in a new way, and that in turn is helping you nurture others in a different way. There's a changing of, I'm hearing your personality in some way. Maybe you're becoming more open. Maybe you felt like you had to really close down, and you're opening back up. Spirit wanted me to talk about how, okay, so I everything that is a gift can also be a curse. So like our best trait, so like I was talking about this in one of my groups. The group was talking about double-edged sword, and it's kind of giving that energy. And what I wanted to say about thinking, okay, specifically thinking. Overthinking is really painful and can be really difficult, but once you learn how to manage and soothe your mind, then the mind can also, because it's so strong in overthinking, it's going to be just as strong when you're able to manage it. And then once you manage your mind, it says high vibration, mindfulness, and power of the mind. The power of the mind is so strong. It can either hurt you or it can help you. Now, I think you've been going through a process of breaking down the mind in some way, maybe even breaking down your ego. I'm seeing someone take things apart, like I'm seeing a puzzle, okay, in front of me. I'm seeing someone take the pieces apart and like try to put it back together, and then not like every single time it's like a trial and error, like figuring out which pieces fit where. And I'm seeing that you're doing that with your mind and or psychologically in some way. It may not show up like the way I'm explaining it. It may show up in a different way. I also love that you're rising above the fray, the eyes of the ego. So that's getting a higher perspective. You are gaining a higher perspective. I feel like, so this facade card, people, you may have been dealing with a lot of people who have been an illusion of themselves and therefore creating illusions for you. And I think that you've learned about how to accept that other people may be in illusions and facades and masks, and you are finding that you don't want to do that. You don't want to wear a mask. You want to fully accept yourself. What's coming in for you is, how do I say this? How do I say this, spirit guides? It sounds cheesy, but I'm seeing this enlightenment card and this growth card. So you are growing into to be more enlightened, but the way that you do that is by going through pain and healing pain, and you've been healing a lot. It's like, okay, so the darkness isn't a flaw. We move through darkness. We don't become beautiful, and we don't grow and heal by like despite the darkness. We grow because we move through the darkness. And so what I love about the lotus flower is that you are learning about how to accept yourself. You've been in quite difficult circumstances, and it's been very difficult to grow in those circumstances. But because you're growing in those types of circumstances, the very difficult types of circumstances, you are becoming so strong and so beautiful, and you are blooming so much. Oh wow, I cut the deck and I see strength. Literally, there's Leo again. Are you serious right now? Dude, are you serious right now? Look, Leo, the moon. I literally like split the deck and that's what comes up. That's crazy. Wow. So specifically, whatever your moon sign is in, and if you have any Leo placements, this is definitely in those spots. Hold on one second. Okay, so there may be things in your past, and specifically in your subconscious, so things from the past, where you have felt specifically like, okay, so Leo, right? Leo is about being seen. Leo is about the heart. Leo is about standing out, being individual, being unique, being rare, and being really strong. And Leo illuminates things for people and illuminates yourself. And the moon is everything that's hidden, right? Like we have the sun and the moon here. So the moon is everything subconscious, everything hidden, things that we can't quite see, illusions. Now, what I'm seeing, and I think this is why it's so strong for you specifically, Pal, too, is that the moon, you have done a lot of healing on your subconscious, all the things that you can't see. And you may have specifically, I'm trying to get the line here, and it's so, the thread is so small. You're trying to, why do I keep losing this? You may have in the past, when you were younger or just in general, have a very deep fear of being seen. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, I feel like I'm stumbling on this message, and I know exactly what I want to say, but it's hard for me to say it. And again, I think that being a Leo, right? You're good at public speaking. That's like what you're good at. Like that's what Leos are. They're good at public speaking. They're good at expressing themselves most of the time. Of course, not every Leo, but you know what I mean. Leo in general as an archetype is someone who stands out, someone who is seen, someone who's it can be in the public arena. Now, you may have had a lot of trauma around being seen specifically, or being, saying how you feel, expressing yourself, being publicly noticed, being in the spotlight specifically is difficult for you. Now, what you are healing is that. So now, Spirit is saying that because you've been healing that, you are meant to always heal this, because you're meant to change the world in some way by in a Leo way, like again, being publicly recognized in some way. Some of you, what's coming in for you is that you're being publicly recognized because you've done a lot of work on your subconscious, and you may be teaching others how to do that, or because of your experience, you're able to now finally feel safe to stand out and to do what you need to do, and go after what you want to go after, because Leo's not just about being seen, it's also about going after what you want. And I think that what's coming in for you is that you're no longer going to feel stuck in not being able to go after what you want, and you have created a newfound strength for yourself, double, because you've gone through really difficult things. Again, we have the pearl here, so it's like, again, you're being over and over again, having to go through things over and over again, and having to come out and be strong and resilient and come up with creative solutions to problems. So sometimes when we have, like, we can't figure out one puzzle piece, right? We're going to have to find a creative way to figure it out. And there is something about creativity coming through here to create more abundance, but also to take a missing piece and to be able to land it. I don't know why it's so hard for me to channel right now. That's so crazy. I feel like it's been more difficult in the second half. I wonder if you've had difficulty with the energy specifically. Not you, just like the energy is hard to channel, because I was feeling like it's hard for me to get the thread that I'm trying to follow a thread, and I keep getting disassociated or being pulled out of the thread, and then getting confused and then embarrassed because I'm like, I don't know why I'm saying that, but I know what I'm saying. I know what the thread is. It's just really hard to follow. Now, I think this is like apt as a metaphor for your healing. You may feel like sometimes you grow a lot, and other times you're really like not like, or not growing. You're just slower sometimes, and then you'll have like this huge growth spurt. Okay, I want to get on a different thread because I feel like it's difficult for me to follow that one. Okay, we have a major truth, Ace of Swords. Okay, what's coming in for you? What's coming in for Palchu? Let's get off that thread. There may be something that you need to get off of, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Ace of Swords and the Empress. Wow, this is huge, you guys. I'm going to move this, even though it's on there. I'm going to move this over here because I do want to get like more of a separate message than the one we were just on. Okay. Empress, Ace of Swords. Okay, what's coming in? what's coming in is you realizing the truth about how you can how you're really nurturing, and you're also really smart, and you're also really, some of you could have a relationship coming in for sure, because we have King of Swords here and we have the Empress. Okay. You've had to really get control of your mind here. You've had to really nurture yourself here. You've gained awareness on how to soothe yourself, nurture yourself, show up for yourself, and have boundaries. Stand in the truth. What's incoming for you is you being able to be more nurturing towards yourself, specifically for yourself. And you're working really hard towards something that's going to gain abundance, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Let me see. Okay, so can I see what else is incoming? Also, there's an acceptance over, I forgot to say this earlier. So, she's baking a pie, and I feel like what I was seeing when I was looking at this card, it's like you baked a pie, and you may have to have acceptance over this pie maybe it didn't turn out exactly the way you want, because we have it next to the facade card. Maybe you thought something was going to turn out that didn't. Maybe you put a lot of energy. What I'm saying is you may have been putting a lot of energy into something, hoping it would turn out to be something, but it turned out to be something else. Now, whatever it didn't turn into, I'm saying you gained a lot through the awareness and through the experience of going through whatever it was to bake that pie. Like, you wanted to bake a pie, okay? And then it came out and it was like a cake. And you're like, dude, like I tried to bake the pie. Like, I don't want the cake. I want the pie. But the cake is actually better. It's like actually better. It tastes better. It's better for you. So like, if this was a relationship, right? You may have wanted to make this relationship and be with someone for a long time, and you're now breaking up, and you've been through a lot, and you're learning about, you know, when you're going in that relationship, and leaving it behind, you're gaining a lot of, because you're trying to be there for yourself and heal, you're healing through that. And then what you're getting out of that is strength, resilience, maybe discernment for some of you, because we have facade here. Some of you are learning about how to, you're becoming more discerning, and that's definitely something you've gotten throughout this experience, is being the King of Swords. It's like extremely discerning and extremely nurturing. And I think you've had to be both, and even I'm seeing a shifting of boundaries, like learn where your boundaries were even in the first place, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Okay. Is there something else you want me to talk about here? I feel like I need a card for Seven of Pentacles. What's Seven of Pentacles about? Because I feel like that's something. Queen of Cups. Some of you could have a collaboration coming in that's going to emotionally help you with something that you've already worked on. Why is the Three of Swords here? That's caused you pain. Something you've worked on has caused you pain specifically. Knight of Wands. I need one more. Just one. The Tower. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, I feel like there's something here I'm not seeing. There's deep pain that's being let go of here. Hold on one second. Okay, Pile 2, I had to take a second because I was like, I feel like I was getting so confused, so discombobulated, and I was like really judging myself and being really harsh on myself, which I feel like I've been doing this whole reading, at least for your pile specifically. And so I think that Spirit wants me to tell you, stop being so hard on yourself if you are. And if you're not, don't take it because it's just me. But what I do want to say here is that there is some type of relationship, because I wanted to like get it, you know, I wanted to pull the other cards out and make it more like, you know, good. Okay, so some of you are experiencing a relationship that is going through a tower right now. It is collapsing something that is not in alignment. And I was like, okay, what is it? And it's meant, what it's meant to do, this tower, even if it's intense and painful, because I do feel like there's something crumbling between you and another person. And I think that's why I was having such a hard time, because I'm like, I think that whoever I'm speaking to in this pile could currently be going through a breakup of some type, or it doesn't have to be a breakup. It could be there's something crumbling that's not meant to stand in you and another person. We have a King and Queen of Cups here. We have the Tower, which is like something collapsing that's not meant to stand anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the Tower about? And I got the Nine of Swords with Temperance and the Six of Swords. So this is meant to help you move to calmer waters. Now, Spirit is, I know this sounds cliche, but rejection is divine protection, and there's something about something needing to fall. Like whatever this is for you. It doesn't have to be a relationship for some of you, but I am seeing it. It's meant to bring you out of whatever this is to a better place. It's meant to bring in gratitude. And you've put a lot of effort into something. And it's your Knight of Wands energy. It's something that's really, that was really exciting between you and another person, but there's something falling that I'm seeing. And it's, how is this supposed to help them, spirit guides? How is this supposed to help them? Can I see how this is supposed to help them? How is this supposed to help them? Enlightenment. Yeah, and growth. I just got those two cards that came out again. Okay. I just wanted to see. There's a lot of green here too. Okay, so you've been going through a lot, pal, too. Your mind probably is going crazy because I'm like seeing there's so like a lot of difficulty that you've been experiencing is what I'm seeing. And you've had to really dig deep and find I'm seeing it as Empress and Emperor, but really the nurturing motherly part of you to be there for yourself when you're going through whatever you're going through. And Spirit is wanting me to tell you what's coming in for you is a moving to calmer waters and temperance. And I'm seeing that the waters of temperance is going to heal you. And so spirit guides are telling me that they're helping facilitate a bringing down of a structure that is no longer serving you, and you know it's no longer serving you. This is not something that you don't know. And you're having acceptance over this. And I think that whatever is going on with you and this person, or whatever the collapse this is really teaching you and helping you grow and helping you reach enlightenment, which is really, like, everyone thinks that transformations are like transformations and spirituality is like, oh, you get all this good stuff and gifts and abundance. It's like, no, like, transformations are like the most painful thing you can go through, the most painful wake-up calls. And I think that some of you are experiencing one of those wake-up calls, and not necessarily a wake-up call, just you've grown so much, and there's some type of relationship that or something, a relationship to something or somebody, a workplace, it could be anything. There's a relationship that has been holding you back, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. And it's like, I didn't want to say any of this, and maybe you don't want to admit this in some way to yourself because of the grief of what this is. Because I think you've put so much energy into this. We have 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the 3 of Swords, which is painful heartbreak. You've been heartbroken over something or somebody, and it's been really hard to move through and maybe even admit to yourself. What's coming in for you is the realization of all of this, the acceptance over this, the understanding of what this is teaching you, because it's teaching you something really integral about yourself. It's teaching you about your strength, your resilience, your power, your stamina, your ability to work hard. You worked so hard at whatever this is, and it's caused you to be in a lot of pain. And I think that a lot of you just really want to move past it. And I think it's like, I really want to, Spirit really wants to emphasize you're getting out of the cycle, okay? Even if it feels extremely tough and challenging. And I like feel like this reading, like specifically for just your pal, because pal 1 was like so seamless. I just feel like it's just been so challenging for you. And, you know, the collective in general is going through a lot of changes and transformations and pain and wake-up calls. And I think that whatever this is that you've been experiencing has been painful, really painful, and just hit you in a way that changed you on a, like, whatever this is, it's going to be with you for a long time. And I don't mean like in a bad way. I mean like the things that you're learning about it and who you've had to become as a person to be there for yourself, because you're going through such a difficulty, such difficult times, that you've had to really find yourself through this to be able to make it. I know it sounds drastic, but this to me feels very drastic. This to me feels very intense. Just it's just a lot. It's like it's a lot. And I've been having a hard time channeling because I have my own stuff coming up, like in tandem. Like, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Like, why am I having such a hard time channeling? And I, you know, as a person, it's like, I want to be like, everything's going great. Like, you're going to have a reconciliation and all this wonderful stuff is coming in. And that stuff is true and can be true. But I think Spirit wants to point out that sometimes the hardest things that we go through can be the most beautiful gifts. And I think that's what this is. It's like you're going through something really hard and it's extremely painful. But it's, again, the pearl doesn't come from, it comes from friction and pain and difficulty. And yeah, I think you've had to, again, find yourself and really meet yourself and be there for yourself in a way that you haven't before because of something you may be experiencing with another person. And what's coming in for you because you're working through this is, I'm saying in the hand, the universe is your partner. You're co-creating with the universe and you are leaving this behind, and we have stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. Anytime we have an ending, anytime something collapses, like the tower collapsing, okay? A foundation collapsing in some way, because I was seeing a lot of foundational energy that's being broken down and deconstructing. You are going to be able to build on stronger ground. And Spirit is saying what's coming in for you next is the healing waters of temperance. I'm seeing that again. You being able to move to calmer waters and not experience so much intensity, because I feel like whatever this is, you've been experiencing a lot of intensity and a lot of difficult, like your brain and you've probably been very triggered. And what happens when you're triggered is you're going to start overthinking, and fight or flight and freeze is going to be activated. And you may have been dealing with a lot of fight, flight, or freeze and fawn, and a lot of trauma responses and being triggered because of whatever the situation with this other person or thing is. And I think, again, you've had to take each one stride by stride and day by day. And each trigger you're learning how to manage, and each thing you're learning about how to grow through. And again, I think it's the multitude of what you're doing, the magnitude of what you're doing is not able to be as clear right now to you, because I think you're still going through it. Like, I really am. Like, I am seeing, like, you're just going through so much. But it's like, again, the lotus flower and the lotus flower and the pearl, like both of those things are coming out of very, very harsh environments, difficult things happening. And I think that you've been in a very harsh environment, or something's been very harsh on you. Somebody or something has been very difficult on you, and you've had to grow so much to get there. And I think you haven't experienced, once you are able to finally move to calmer waters and have space, and after you've grieved and after you've been through the grieving process, that creates space. And in that space, that's when beauty is born. That's when abundance is born. That's when the gratitude of the life lessons that you're learning, what's coming in for you is your understanding of how big this is, how much you've grown through this. I think that what's coming in is your ability to see, like, exactly how far you've come. See how much you've grown. See how, like, I'm seeing, like, so 10 years, let's say, ago, you would have never been able to deal with a really bad situation in this way. Now you have the tool, like, right? You've like created tools to be able to handle really, again, harsh environments. And I think that what Spirit is really trying to get across here is that you're not going through this for nothing. There is something, okay, so when you go through really difficult things as a human and work really hard to heal, there's usually a really big purpose behind it. Like, you're meant to help a bunch of people, or you're meant to, be seen and have public recognition. You're meant to help and create a lot of change. You have been through the harshest environment possible, the most difficult circumstances. Because of that specifically, you're being aligned for a greater purpose that I don't think you can even understand. I don't think you even understand how big it is. And again, I want to honor the pain and the difficulty here, and even honor it within myself, because I was like, oh my God, I'm just being so hard on myself and judging myself so harshly. And it's like, no, stop it. Like, that's never going to help us. It's always going to hinder us. And it's like, and just keep pile 2. Like, this is huge. Keep going. I want to get, like, okay, what's coming in for pile 2 after they move through this grief and this thing they're going through? What's going to come in after? Because I feel like we keep getting what you're going through currently, and it's a little bit galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. Okay, I'm just seeing you create a lot. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Some of you may have been healing an ancestral wound through this situation that you've been in with the tower and this other person or this thing, and you are you're learning, like, because like, it's almost like I'm seeing whatever this situation was that you're in is something that your ancestors have gone through over and over and over again. Now, what happens when you heal the line, when you heal it from super far, and I always see it like straighten out, and then all the gifts of your ancestors are being passed down to you. That's wisdom, and including all the things that had to, like, okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. So let's say you have a ancestral wound for the feminine side of the family. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example. All the women in your family never got to have a career, had to always be at home, never got to have a voice, weren't able to heal the trauma that is of not being seen and not being heard or validated or empowered, right? Now, each woman that has gone through this in the line has had to stop or block their blessings and gifts and growth. Now, when you heal, the whole line heals, and then everything that was before that was blocked is able to meet you. It's like I'm seeing a rushing of all of this ancestral gifts and wisdom being passed down to you because you've finally been the one that transmutes the pain. I'm like, I want to get this for you in a way that makes sense, because I'm like, this is so big, and I because it's like there's so much pain here that I think it's hard to see the bigger ramifications, the bigger picture. And I think that what's coming in for you is that you're going to be able to see, like we had rising from the fray, the eagle eye, like this is you being able to see finally what this whole thing has been about, why you've had to go through all this pain, why you've had to go through all this stuff. And we have netcaster, preparations come to fruition. So whatever you've been working on, it's going to come to you. It's going to come to fruition. It's just might have been taking a long time, and you've been going through a lot. So you might have not been able to have, I'm hearing you might not have been able to have the faculties, and like the things that you've learned have not been able to be implemented in a new cycle yet. And so you can't see exactly like the beauty and the growth and the alignment that you have right now, that you're just not in the cycle yet. You haven't released everything yet. Once you release, and you are releasing it. So once you are able to finally release this grief and get into a new cycle where you're going to feel more at peace and have more space, and maybe not be bogged down by whatever this person is doing. Because I think that there's a person here that's really like making things more difficult for you and clouding your vision. I'm like, just like, so it's like, I feel like they're just trying to create illusions or games, or it's causing you to feel bad about yourself in some way. And it's causing you to go into the mind, and it's causing you to overthink. And it's like, whoever this other person is, I feel like you're walking away from them, or thing, right? You're walking away from them. Now, once you get away from their energy and start a new cycle, that's when you're going to be able to see all the gifts and the things that you've been trying to work for. And again, you've grown so much. This is huge. I think you've done such a good job, Pal, too. And I just want to honor your pain. But I also want to say that Spirit has a plan for you, even if you don't see it yet, even if you don't know it, and it's bigger and better than you could ever imagine. And I just, Spirit can't not trust this to me enough, that you are going to have so much abundance and gifts and beauty and love come from this. And it's because you met yourself and faced I'm hearing your demons. You faced the pain and the trauma, and you didn't run away from yourself, and you met yourself. And that is the biggest gift of all. Okay, Pal 2, thank you so much for being here. Sorry it took so long, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So today we are doing pick a card on what's incoming for you. It's closer than you think. And you guys picked the androgyny. We also have House 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. The Angel Gate, cleansing, protection, blessing, balance, Skybridge, possibility for union, expansion, the Tree of Illumination, truth, revelations, understanding, 29, coming to life, and 13, solitude. So it's been a few days since I did Pal 2, and I like immediately, I'm really, I feel a little bit discombobulated, so I apologize, but I'm going to do my very, very best. Okay, so when I first tapped into your energy, I saw the sun rising and at dawn, specifically at dawn, and you were sitting in the grass and watching the sunrise. And I was overwhelmed by this feeling of, I'm hearing serendipity, but gratefulness and serenity. And what I love about the androgyny card is it talks about a joining of opposites, or a joining of different parts that create one cohesive unit. So you may be integrating something. I also was seeing, so we have house 10 here with life mission. And you may be, what's incoming for you is that you may be really ramping up in your career or your life mission or your purpose. And you may be gaining new friendships. And we also have possibility for union here. And I'm going to get into that in a second. I feel like I need to take that a little bit. So there may be some type of truth you are coming to, a big revelation about, I feel like I'm hearing about how you've been spending your time, who you've been spending your time with. There's a reevaluation of your relationship specifically, I'm hearing. And a reevaluation of how you are relating to your career, how you're relating to your I'm hearing job, but of course career and job, how you're relating to your purpose, how you're relating to, I'm hearing your kids, but you know, everything. Really, it's just a blanket of everything. And what's coming in for you is a balance and an expansion. Because I was seeing the joining forces of your friends and your life mission. And you could just be figuring out, okay, how do I integrate and spend time on my purpose? How do I spend time on my projects? How do I balance out my relationships with everything? Because I think you have, what I'm feeling the most for you, Pile 3, is you have a lot on your plate right now. I was feeling quite overwhelmed when I started the reading. And I'm always trying to make sure like it's not me and make sure that it's what I'm channeling, but it usually doesn't come up into my brain as like something to channel if it's not something that needs to be said. And maybe that's something you're doing, because I said that. I'm like, I don't never say things like that. You may be, oh wow, I just noticed this huge crack in the wall over there that I've never seen before. And I'm like, I'm like getting drawn attention to it. So there may be wow, okay. I'm going left here. There may be a crack that you are filling in, because now I'm specifically seeing you fill in cracks in your foundation. So what's coming in for you is a truth. And in some of you, this could be a hard truth. It's hard to swallow. I'm seeing one specific possibility of an area of your life that you are drastically changing. And I'm hearing it's to help everything else run smoother. So like there could be something or somebody that is affecting your ability to invest in other areas of your life, because it's taking, I'm just seeing all of your attention, like I'm seeing it like a cloud, like it's like making a noise. It's going like into this one area. And then I'm seeing the outside of areas of your life. This is what I feel like you're stepping away from. I'm seeing the outside areas of your life kind of losing, I'm seeing it losing light, but not like light. It's just like losing, to me, that's just telling me it's not getting as much of your attention. And I think that what's coming in for you is you're finally tackling, this is what I'm hearing, you're finally tackling a problem that you've been having a problem with for a long time. And for a lot of you, it's like you're leaving somebody behind. Like I am seeing it, I'm feeling it. Spirit wants me to tell you that you are protected at this time. Some of you may be dealing with somebody that's not dealing specifically with a certain difficult person or difficult situation that you're trying to gain answers and awareness on. And I feel like that's what some of what's coming in is this truth, possibly, of how to finally solve this problem that you've been dealing with. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. I want to get on the possibility for you. And so there's a possibility definitely for friends, new friendships. And I'm also hearing Spirit tell me that it's like the way that, I don't know why it's coming through, the way that the planets are aligning is helping bring new people into your life. Like you may have been in a period where you've been experiencing quite a lot of solitude, right? We have a solitude card, and it's a lighthouse, like, and there's nobody around, and you might have been working really solo lately. And Spirit's telling me that the planets that are aligning, specifically I'm hearing Aries, but it doesn't have to just be Aries. I need to take a breath. Is coming in for you, because I'm seeing these birds. See all these little birds? And also, look up what your house 11 and house 10 is, because, and there's something about, so like house 10, house 11, like, you know, we're going into a succession. And there's something about doing things in order, specifically doing things in order to create a better outcome. It's like I'm seeing you redo something. Like I'm seeing you go back. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was my computer. Sorry. I'm seeing you go back and reevaluate something, take a closer look. I'm seeing you look at like, okay, what step did I take here? So you're really, I'm seeing the Judgment card. So you're analyzing and breaking down a situation and trying to bring better solutions, more clarity. Again, I keep getting this feeling you may be dealing with a person that is creating difficulty within you. I'm seeing 8 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles, which to me, that's really moving towards trying to create long-term stability for yourself. You may be putting a lot of energy into something new, or it doesn't have to be new, but it feels really substantial in like a place you want to invest in. It's like I'm hearing, I want to invest in this place instead of this place because I don't believe this place will give me what I need anymore. And I really am looking for a place that will value my energy more. Like I'm getting that so strongly. So that you may have, again, felt very devalued by people recently. I'm hearing recently. I have a star in the 8 of Wands. You're moving towards healing. Like you're healing this. This is huge. And you've really kept it quiet, haven't you? I'm really seeing that. Like, I'm seeing you really keep your healing to like quiet. Like you did not let anybody know, or you may have only let like a select few people know. Because I don't know, it's like you were protecting yourself, and maybe that's why we have the protection card. Also, there was something else I was seeing. This coming to life card, there's like this little ball, and it looks like this little ball here, and that's on truth, revelations, and understanding. Whatever truth you're coming to and understanding of what you're coming to, it's helping you come to life, because I'm seeing this ball grow to this ball, and then this bird is really reminding me of this bird. So again, the birds are really important right now. Birds are important. So if you see a bird, like pay extra attention to what's going on and what it's doing. And that's the other thing. You're getting, what's incoming for you is you're getting a blessing. And which already says here, but it also says, I also got this card for you. I forgot to show you it. It says the gift, present, honoring, and offering. So we have a blessing here. We have an honoring and offering here. We have revelations coming to life. Like there's a lot of good things coming in for you. Yeah, I'm just seeing a major healing taking place over a certain situation in your life. Okay. We have Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay, Knight of Wands. What's this Knight of Wands about? I just want to see more about what this is about. 4 of Swords. Interesting. We have 2 energies that are opposing here. Okay. 3 of Swords. Okay. You may, what I'm getting initially from this is that you may have an inclination to go for something, but there is a heartbreak. There's like, okay, so it's like I'm seeing this. Like, let's say one area of your life you have, you're really excited about. Let's say your career is taking off, okay? Or you're like really excited to put energy into like a project or something, right? But then you have on the other part, in another part of your life, or in an area of your life, let's say love, right? You're going through a breakup, okay? That's what this is speaking to me. It's like, I want to move forward. I want to use my Knight of Wands energy, which is being really excited and going after what I want with no abandon, and finding things that light my heart up and just really makes me excited to be alive. That's what the Knight of Wands is. Then we hit the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is all about, I need a break. I need rest. I need to be quiet. I need to, what's it called? Contract. Not open up, but contract. And then we have 3 of Swords, which is about pain. So to me, you're experiencing some type of pain that is asking you in some way to be, to rest in some way. But then you also have this other energy within you, which is like, I want to get out there. I want to go. But it's like you may be, again, we have the androgyny, which is about parts that are opposing or even just differed, right? Or just different, coming together. And so like, these are 2 different energies that are very, if you're experiencing both of these energies within you, it can be, I'm hearing discombobulating, but difficult, because they're kind of opposing in some way. And what this is about, maybe I'm trying to think about, like, okay, so Spirit's saying maybe healing the heartbreak. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Healing the heartbreak is going to give your Knight of Wands energy free reign to go. It's like it's like I'm seeing you really wanting to move fast, but I'm seeing these ties to you that are pulling you back. And I'm seeing the 3 of Swords as like the card that's like pulling you back. And every time you want to go, you're like being pulled back by this pain, because what am I trying to say? It's asking to be healed. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. Okay. Wow. I really got a lot from that. The Hermit. Wow. So the Four of Swords is a minor to the Hermit. The Hermit is Virgo energy. The Hermit is about, again, going within oneself. Solitude card. Like really just like, hermit. You think of a hermit, right? It's like they go in the cave and they, they're seeking enlightenment and they're seeking answers from within. And it's not just any answers from within. It's the light within that they're seeking answers from. So you could be seeking answers from the divine. But you're also, since we have the Hermit right here, it's literally like, you see how the light is like shining on this Three of Swords? You're looking into deep pain. You're looking into some deep pain right now. And wow, and then I look on the bottom of the deck and it's Five of Cups. Yeah. Once you process this deep pain, I'm seeing Eight of Wands, King of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Emperor. Oh my gosh, this is huge, you guys. Six of Wands. Wow. This is like really big, you guys. Wow. I can't. Okay, but there's also maybe somebody who might have an issue with this, but it's such a side note. And then there's Judgment. That's what I was seeing. I see Judgment. I felt it earlier. Okay, so once you are done processing this huge pain, whatever this was, I really am getting like I'm seeing someone in the Five of Swords. And again, we have Page of Wands here. Someone who's small. And I don't mean to say it like they're small as in like, I mean it as to say they're inexperienced or immature or, but they're using tactics. Okay, we have Five of Swords. Okay, this is not for all of you. I just want to side note that. This is not for all of you, but there is, for some of you, the pain that you are healing that's being activated is being activated by someone who's a Page of Wands, which is very inexperienced fire energy, very flighty, very come and go, not very consistent, can be explosive at some times. That's what I'm seeing. Page of Wands isn't usually explosive, but I'm seeing it be explosive. Someone that uses, I'm just seeing manipulation tactics, okay? So some of you are experiencing that in a situation. I do not get that you're experiencing that within yourself. You usually can be experiencing it within yourself, but I'm not getting that as much. So after you heal this pain, which has been brought on by this Five of Swords person or thing, right? Could be just a triggering situation. I'm not sure for everybody, but whatever this pain is, you're looking deeply into it. It's caused you a lot of sadness, a lot of disappointment. But once you heal this pain, once you hermit mode and go into Four of Swords, what's coming in for you is Eight of Wands, which is like, so Chariot and Eight of Wands are the fastest cards in the deck besides the Knight of Wands. Like those are the three fastest cards in the deck, okay? So we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. That's like you deciding, okay, so the Cancer is, what I love about Cancer is that it's slow moving. Or it can be. It moves adjacent because the crab. It like moves sideways, but the horses are also move adjacent. My point is that Cancer energy needs to give itself permission to move forward. The Chariot is not just about moving forward. It's about the stage before that and everything that comes with it. So the acceptance stage, the grieving stage, you're getting both the light and the dark parts of you on board to make one decision so that you can move forward. That's what the Chariot is. And we have the Eight of Wands, which can be communication. Some of you are getting communication from a King of Wands because we have the King of Wands here. We have the Nine of Cups and the Emperor and the Six of Wands. So once you heal this pain, what's incoming for you is possibly communication from somebody, or you're giving communication to somebody else, or you're moving really quickly into your Nine of Cups, which is, your Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment within. Being able to take care of oneself, being sovereign emotionally, so that so just being sovereign emotionally because you're holding yourself in a way that you don't need anyone else to be there for you because you have everything you need within inside you, and we all do. But this is like really knowing that, and the Nine of Cups does not come easy. It comes usually after a period of pain like this, because you're almost pushed. If you're healing, right? If you're doing the work, you are pushed to look at to do deep work and achieve emotional sovereignty. It is not an easy thing. The Nine of Cups is not easy. Most people don't even not even just don't comprehend the Nine of Cups and what it represents. And I just mean it as like a term. I'm not talking about like the Nine of Cups, but what it represents. Emotional sovereignty within oneself, not being codependent, not needing anyone else to love them, and standing in one's own, fulfilling oneself emotionally, not needing others to fulfill them, not needing anything external to fulfill you. That is a feat, okay? Nine of Cups does not come easy. So you are gaining this is so beautiful. I can't pause read. Like, this is so awesome. Like, I'm so proud of you. And we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. And I was just talking about Aries, like, is affecting you in some way that maybe helping you step into your power more. And we have the Six of Wands, which is public recognition. But I also am hearing your guide. Like, I feel so excited because your guides have wanted to give this to you for a long time, but you've had to work through a lot of pain to get here. You've had to really buckle down and create safety for yourself, but you do that by really embodying like emotional sovereignty, and that's what you're doing here. And you're also the Emperor, which is like all four kings. It's very masculine energy. It's really beautiful, and what's coming in for you is a feeling of emotional sovereignty, possibly a relationship. For a lot of you, it's a new person coming in, or you're having the courage to go after a different type of relationship. And you could be doing something in the public eye that gets you publicly recognized. That's what I'm seeing. It's really amazing, Pile 3. Okay. I'm going to do the moonology advice. I'm like, I feel like I can't breathe because I got so excited. I was like talking so much. And I was like, I feel like I can't breathe. Oh, and we have the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I was saying that because I saw that in the beginning. You're moving. 8 of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles was what I said. You are moving towards long-term stability. You are moving towards creating a legacy for yourself. And once you move through this pain, like this bottom line is gorgeous. Like this, everything that you are working through here is leading you to here. And I just want you not to give up hope. Because when you're in this energy, this 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 5 of Cups, even the 5 of Swords over here that's like bugging you on the outside, like from somebody else, possibly, or a work situation, I don't know. It can make you not be able to see what's going to happen. And I love that this is here because it just shows how hard you're working and that you're moving through this and that you will get through this. Like, you will. I think this has been really hard for you to move through, and I just want to name that. Okay, so we have new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. You are very loved, Pile 3, by me and by your guides and by the universe. You're a really great person, Pile 3. Like, I don't say that to blow smoke up your ass. Like, this is huge. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing that's what you're healing right now. You're leaving the past behind. You're leaving it behind. And I love that it says it's last quarter moon in Capricorn because Capricorn is representative of the devil. And I think that whatever you're leaving here could be connected to devil energy, which is you're like leaving a codependent relationship. You're standing on your own. You're going after a job that you've always wanted to go after, and you're not letting your fears, like the devil, tell you that you can't do it, because devil can represent fears, right? It says first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Yes, feel your feelings, Pile 3. You're going through pain right now. 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords is pain, very deep pain, and honor and validate every feeling, because when you do that, that is emotional sovereignty. That's the Nine of Cups. It's a lot of this is also like practice, and it's not easy. Like, Nine of Cups is so difficult. I had last year was my 9 of Cups year. Like, I pulled a tarot card for the year and it was 9 of Cups, and it was like one of the hardest years I've ever experienced in my life. And I've experienced a lot of crappy years, but like 2025 was like really freaking hard. And through that experience, right, I'm now coming out of it, and now, like, you know, feeling like I'm gaining this too, and you are too, but it's just, again, I know how hard it is. It's not easy. It's hard won. Like, it really is. It takes a lot of resilience, patience for yourself, and a willingness to see yourself and face yourself at a level that most people never face themselves like that. Most people don't even look at their wounds. So, because it's just too hard. Because it is really hard. Full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. I think that's other people need to take a reality check against you, because we have the 5 of Swords next to the Page of Wands right there. Take a reality check. I think some people are going to be really surprised by your movement soon. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that so strong. I think people will be shocked by your ability to either close it down super quick, super hard. I'm seeing Aquarius energy, which is like, once you decide, as an Aquarius, if you're an Aquarius, and I know other signs can do this, but Aquarius does it quite well. An Aquarius will go for a long time. Specifically, Aquarius will go for a long time if they are into the person, right? But and Aquariuses give a lot of chances. I know that they say Aquariuses are cold, but I'm an Aquarius and I am not cold. And a lot of Aquariuses I've met are not cold. What I'm trying to say is that it takes a lot for an Aquarius to get to the point where they're gonna like detach and cut off. But once they do, it's like done. There's like it's like a slam door. You're never coming back in. Like it's done. And I think that it took you a long time to get here. But I think this has been building up for a long time. I think some of you are leaving behind a toxic person specifically, or a toxic work situation, or just a situation that is really not good for your energy. It doesn't have to be toxic, but there is something about leaving something like toxic or just really difficult and stressful for you specifically behind. And I think that people will be surprised by your cutoff game. Again, I'm like, that's what I'm feeling. It's like a strong cutoff game I'm feeling. New moon in Cancer, relax. Okay, so pile 3. I'm so proud of you. This is so amazing. Keep going. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys, and I will see you guys next time.